Today, I want to give you 3 rules that are as timeless as they are profound. These aren't just theories. They are principles I've lived by, principles that have stood the test of time, guiding countless individuals to achieve their own version of success. And the beauty of these principles, they are as applicable today as they were 100 years ago, and as they will be 100 years from now. Today, we stand together, not at the beginning of a journey, but at the precipice of realization. A realization that success, much like the grandeur of the mighty oak, is a result of not just one or two, but a myriad of elements coming together, elements that are deeply rooted in the very essence of our being. Now, let us turn our attention to the universal quest for success. It's a quest as old as time itself, transcending borders, cultures, and generations. This quest, however, is not for the faint of heart. It demands courage, persistence, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Yet the path to success is often obscured by the complexity of our ambitions and the chaos of our surroundings. But what if I told you that the essence of true success lies in the simplicity of 3 fundamental rules? Yes, just 3 rules that have the power to transform not only how you perceive success, but how you achieve it. These rules aren't secrets hidden in ancient texts or reserved for the select few who dare to scale mountain peaks in search of enlightenment. No, these rules are accessible to each and every one of us, waiting to be discovered in the simplicity of our daily lives. They are principles that, when applied, have the power to uplift, to change, and to propel us forward toward the realization of our fullest potential. As we explore these timeless principles together, I invite you to open your minds and your hearts. Let go of preconceived notions of success and achievement. Instead, let's approach these rules with the curiosity of a child and the wisdom of a sage, ready to see the world through a new lens, a lens that simplifies the complex and clarifies the obscure. So, join me as we unravel these principles, not as mere spectators on a journey, but as active participants in the creation of our own destinies. Together, we will discover that the foundation of true success is not built on the sands of wishful thinking, but on the solid rock of disciplined action, positive attitude, and a philosophy that values growth above all else. Let's begin with the first rule, the bedrock upon which all success is built. Our exploration begins with the cornerstone of success. Philosophy. Now, when I say philosophy, I'm not talking about those old dusty books filled with hard-to-pronounce names and even harder-to-understand ideas. No, I'm talking about something much closer to home. Something deeply personal and profoundly simple. Your philosophy is the sum total of your outlook on life, the beliefs you hold dear, and the principles by which you live every day. It's like the operating system of your life. It runs in the background quietly, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny. Let me tell you a story about a farmer and a traveler. A tale as old as time, but as fresh as this morning's dew. The traveler, weary from his journey, stumbled upon a farmer tending to his fields. Curious, he asked the farmer, what kind of people live in the next town? The farmer paused, looked up, and replied, well, what kind of people live in the town you're from? The traveler scoffed, oh, they're selfish, rude, and altogether unpleasant. The farmer nodded and said, you'll find the people in the next town are much the same. The very next day, another traveler approached the farmer with the same question. And again, the farmer asked about the people in the town the traveler had come from. This time, the traveler's eyes lit up as he said, oh, they're wonderful, kind, generous, and always willing to lend a hand. The farmer smiled and replied, you'll find the people in the next town are much the same. You see, the farmer understood something that many of us forget. Our external world is often a reflection of our internal philosophy. If we expect to find kindness and generosity, that's often what we'll find. And if we anticipate selfishness and rudeness, well, we won't be disappointed either. Your philosophy is like a garden. If you plant seeds of optimism, growth, and possibility, you'll reap a harvest of success and fulfillment. But if you allow the weeds of negativity, doubt, and fear to take root, they'll choke out any chance of prosperity and happiness. The beauty of this garden, your philosophy, is that you are its master gardener. Every day you have the choice of what seeds to plant and what weeds to pull. Now, how does one cultivate a philosophy that breeds success? It starts with awareness, being mindful of the thoughts you nurture and the beliefs you entertain. It grows through education, not just formal education, but learning from life, from every victory and every setback. And it flourishes by association. The company you keep, the conversations you engage in, and the ideals you admire and aspire to embody. Remember, the most profound changes often begin with the simplest of shifts in perspective. As you refine your philosophy, focusing on growth, resilience, and a positive outlook, you'll find that the world around you starts to change. Not because it has, but because you have. As we move forward, let's keep in mind that our philosophy isn't just about how we see the world. It's about how we choose to engage with it. This brings us to the second rule of success. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to reflect on our own philosophies. What seeds are you planting in the garden of your mind? Are they seeds of doubt or seeds of potential? The answer to this question is the key to unlocking the door to your future. A future we'll continue to explore together as we delve into the power of attitude. After planting the seeds of a potent philosophy, we naturally progress to the second rule of success. Attitude. If philosophy is the soil where the seeds of success are planted, then attitude is the sunshine that nurtures them. It's the warmth and light that allow your aspirations to bloom. Your attitude is your window to the world. It shapes how you see everything around you. People, opportunities, challenges, and even yourself. Consider for a moment a daybreak, the start of a new day. Two individuals gaze out their windows at the emerging sun. One sees the dawn and thinks another day of toil and problems. The other sees the same sun and feels invigorated, thinking another day of opportunities and possibilities. The sun hasn't changed. It's the same for both. What's different is the window they're looking through. Their attitudes? Let's delve into a story that vividly illustrates the power of a positive attitude. There was once a salesman who was known not only for his relentless optimism, but also for his consistently high sales figures, something that baffled his colleague. The salesman, let's call him John, faced the same market conditions, the same products, and the same customers as his peers. Yet, while others saw problems, John saw potential. When asked about his secret, John would simply say, "I wake up each morning excited about who I might help today and what I might learn." His attitude turned obstacles into opportunities, transforming the mundane into the extraordinary. John's story isn't just about sales. It's a testament to the transformative power of attitude in every facet of life. When you cultivate an attitude that emphasizes growth, learning, and resilience, you don't just navigate life more successfully. You change the game entirely. Challenges become lessons waiting to be learned. Setbacks become setups for comebacks. And what others see as dead ends, you see as detours on the path to success. But how do you develop such an attitude? It starts with a decision to focus on the positive, to be grateful for what you have, and to see the potential in what lies ahead. It grows through practice, daily affirmations of your worth, your goals, and the positive impact you can have on the world around you. And it's reinforced by resilience, the inner strength that allows you to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. A positive attitude isn't about ignoring life's difficulties. It's about facing them with courage, optimism, and a belief in your ability to overcome them. It's about choosing to see the good in people, to appreciate the beauty in life's journey, and to embrace each day with enthusiasm and hope. Now, let me share another story, this one about a teacher named Mrs. Thompson. She had a student, Eric, who was, by all accounts, difficult and unengaged. Where others saw a lost cause, Mrs. Thompson saw a challenge. She decided to invest extra time with Eric, encouraging him, focusing on his strengths. And, most importantly, believing in him when no one else did. By the end of the year, Eric had transformed. Years later, Eric wrote to Mrs. Thompson, thanking her for her belief in him, attributing his success in life to her positive attitude and the faith she had in him. Mrs. Thompson's window to the world allowed her to see Eric's potential, changing both their lives in the process. Your attitude is a choice, a powerful tool that shapes your experiences, your relationships, and your life's trajectory. It's the lens through which you view the world, and by adjusting that lens, you can change not just what you see, but what you achieve. As we reflect on the transformative power of attitude, let's remember that it's not just about facing the world with a smile, but about facing ourselves with honesty and courage. It's about choosing to be architects of our own destiny, using the bricks of challenges and the mortar of perseverance to build a life of meaning and success. This exploration of attitude, this understanding of its pivotal role in our quest for success, naturally leads us to the third rule, a rule that brings our philosophy and attitude into the realm of action. But before we cross that bridge, take a moment to ask yourself, what window am I looking through? Am I seeing the world in shades of gray, or am I basking in the sunlight of possibilities? The answer to this question might just be the key to unlocking a world of potential you never knew existed. So, we've talked about philosophy, the bedrock of success, and attitude, the window to the world. Now, let's turn our focus to the third rule of success, which brings to life the principles we hold and the outlook we nurture. Activity, the very engine of achievement. Imagine for a moment you're standing at the edge of a field, a vast expanse of fertile land stretching out before you. In your hands, you hold seeds, each one a potential waiting to be realized. You've studied the seasons, you understand the soil, and your heart is buoyed by an unshakable belief in the harvest to come. But all this, every bit of knowledge and every ounce of optimism amounts to little without the act of planting those seeds. This, my friends, is the essence of activity. It's not merely about taking action, but about taking purposeful action toward your goals. Consider the story of a man who dreamed of building a magnificent garden. He spent his days planning, imagining the colors and fragrances that would fill the air. Yet, day after day, he sat by his window, lost in thought, never setting foot outside to turn the soil, plant a single seed, or water the ground. What do you think became of his garden? The answer is as simple as it is profound. For dreams, no matter how vivid, require the touch of action to be realized. Now, let's talk about the significance of consistent, purposeful action. There's a timeless truth in the power of small, disciplined steps. These are the steps that, over time, lead to significant milestones. It's the daily discipline of activity that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Take the example of a young writer, full of ideas and bursting with stories to tell. She dreams of writing a novel, a story that will touch the hearts of readers around the world. But there's a gap between her dream and the book she wishes to hold in her hands. That gap is bridged by daily activity, by sitting down each day, rain or shine, to write, even when the words feel trapped inside. Over days and months, those daily sessions add up, word by word, page by page, until one day she types the last sentence of her manuscript. Her consistent activity, fueled by her philosophy and attitude, has turned her dream into reality. Activity is the manifestation of our philosophy and the reflection of our attitude. It's through activity that we bring our deepest beliefs and brightest hopes into the world. But activity, to be effective, must be directed, intentional, and infused with purpose. It's not about being busy for the sake of being busy. It's about being busy in the pursuit of your dreams. Purposeful action is characterized by clarity and focus. It's knowing not just what you need to do, but why you're doing it. This clarity of purpose energizes your efforts, turning routine tasks into steps on the path to greatness. And yet, the path of activity is often met with obstacles and setbacks. It's here that the true value of disciplined steps becomes evident. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory in its own right, a testament to your commitment and a building block in the edifice of your success. In the realm of activity, there's no room for half measures or half-hearted efforts. It demands your all. But remember, the size of your step is not what counts. It's the consistency of your stride. Whether you move forward by an inch or a mile, the key is to keep moving, keep striving, and keep believing. As we reflect on the role of activity in achieving success, let's remind ourselves that the engine of achievement runs on the fuel of our philosophy and is steered by the compass of our attitude. But without activity, without putting our hands to the plow and our shoulders to the wheel, the journey of success remains a journey untaken. In closing, consider this: between who you are and who you want to be lies in what you do. Your actions, your activities, are the bridge between possibility and reality. So ask yourself, what step will I take today toward my dream? How will I turn my philosophy and attitude into purposeful action? The answers to these questions are the keys to unlocking a life of success and fulfillment. As we move forward, let the principle of activity guide you. Let it be the wind at your back and the ground beneath your feet as you climb your mountains and chase your stars. Remember, in the symphony of success, philosophy provides the melody, attitude adds harmony, but it's activity. It's those disciplined, purposeful actions that bring the music to life. Integrating the principles of philosophy, attitude, and activity into the fabric of daily life isn't just about adopting a set of behaviors. It's about cultivating a mindset that transforms every moment into an opportunity for growth and success. Let's break this down into a narrative that mirrors the essence of practical wisdom, akin to the style of Jim Rohn, ensuring it resonates with the clarity and depth that marked his teachings. The journey towards a balanced and successful life begins not with grand leaps, but with the simple steps we take each day. It's in the quiet moments of decision, where philosophy guides our choices, attitude colors our perceptions, and activity propels us forward, that we find the rhythm of success. Imagine standing at the dawn of a new day, where the crisp air is filled with possibility. It's here, in this moment of stillness, that your philosophy, your core beliefs and values, whispers the direction of your path. It's a compass built on the lessons learned, not just from your victories, but from every stumble and fall. Integrating this into daily life means pausing to reflect, asking yourself, does this choice reflect who I am and who I aspire to be? It's about aligning your actions with your values, ensuring that the steps you take are steps towards authenticity and purpose. Now, as the day unfolds, your attitude, that vibrant cloak of optimism and resilience, determines how you navigate the challenges and opportunities that come your way. It's the light that shines on the path your philosophy has charted, revealing beauty in the mundane, strength in adversity, and hope in the face of uncertainty. Cultivating a positive attitude every day isn't about denying the shadows that fall. It's about choosing to see the lessons they teach and the growth they offer. It's about greeting each day with a heart full of gratitude for the lessons of the past, the blessings of the present, and the possibilities of the future. As philosophy and attitude merge, creating the blueprint of your aspirations, activity is the energy that brings your vision to life. It's the hands that shape the clay, the brush that paints the canvas, the words that tell the story. Every task, no matter how small, is imbued with significance when it's an expression of your deepest intentions. Whether it's the work you do, the relationships you nurture, or the dreams you chase, it's the consistent, purposeful effort that turns the possible into the real. It's about making each day a testament to your commitment to your journey, recognizing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards the realization of your dreams. But how do we weave these principles into the fabric of our daily lives in a way that feels seamless and natural? It starts with the morning, the first moments of the day, where in the quiet we set our intentions, aligning our thoughts with our philosophy, our feelings with our attitude, and our actions with our goals. It's in the choices we make to approach our tasks with enthusiasm, to meet others with kindness, to face challenges with courage, and to end each day with reflection on the lessons learned and the progress made. The synergy between philosophy, attitude, and activity is not just a formula for success. It's a way of living that elevates every aspect of our existence. It's a dance of intention and action, guided by wisdom and fueled by optimism, where each step is both an expression of who we are and a step towards who we wish to become. In the narrative of our lives, let these principles be the threads that weave together the story of our journey, a story marked by growth, resilience, and achievement. Let us remember that in the art of living, success is not measured by the height of our achievements, but by the depth of our commitment to live in accordance with our values, to embrace each day with a positive spirit, and to act with purpose and passion. As we move forward, let this understanding guide us, not as a distant goal to be reached, but as a living, breathing practice that informs every moment of our lives. For in the end, it is not just about the success we achieve, but about the person we become in the process. Under our exploration of the foundational principles that pave the way to a life of fulfillment and success, let's take a moment to weave together the rich tapestry of insights we've shared today. We embarked on a journey that navigated through the essential elements of philosophy, attitude, and activity, discovering how each plays an indispensable role in crafting a life that's not only successful on the outside, but deeply rewarding on the inside. Our first cornerstone philosophy is the soil from which the garden of our life grows. It's the beliefs we hold, the values we cherish, and the principles we stand by, even when the winds of challenge blow hard and cold. This philosophy isn't something esoteric reserved for thinkers and scholars. It's the everyday wisdom that guides our choices, big and small, leading us closer to our true selves and our ultimate goals. Next, we illuminated the role of attitude, the sunshine that breathes life into our aspirations, turning potential into reality. Our attitude determines how we face the day's challenges and opportunities, coloring our world in hues of hope, resilience, and gratitude. It's the lens through which we view our journey, transforming obstacles into stepping stones and failures into lessons. A positive attitude is a choice, a powerful declaration that no matter what comes our way, we will find value, meaning, and joy in the journey. And then we delved into the realm of activity, the seeds we plant and nurture through our actions. It's through purposeful, consistent action that our dreams take root and flourish, turning the invisible into the visible, the impossible into the possible. This activity isn't about frenzied motion or unchecked busyness. It's the disciplined effort directed towards our most heartfelt aspirations, making each day a step towards the realization of our dreams. Now, standing at the crossroads of insight and action, we are faced with a choice. The principles of philosophy, attitude, and activity are not merely concepts to be understood. They are beacons to guide our way, tools to be wielded in the daily crafting of our lives. The synergy between these principles forms a blueprint for success that is both timeless and universal, a foundation upon which we can build a life of profound satisfaction and achievement. So, as we move forward from this moment, let us do so with a renewed commitment to embody these principles in every facet of our life. Let us cultivate a philosophy that reflects our deepest truths, foster an attitude that shines light even in the darkest of times, and engage in activities that bring us closer to our dreams with every step we take. And now I leave you with a question, a seed of thought to plant in the garden of your minds. What would your life look like if you lived every day in alignment with these principles? Imagine the strength of character, the depth of joy, and the heights of achievement that could be yours. Remember, The journey to a life of fulfillment and success is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a journey made not of leaps and bounds, but of small, consistent steps taken with purpose, passion, and perseverance, armed with the principles of philosophy, attitude, and activity. There is no limit to what you can achieve, no dream too distant to be realized. So, let us step boldly into the future, with eyes wide open to the possibilities that await, hearts full of courage, and hands ready to shape the world. The path is yours to walk, the pen is yours to write your own story of success. Let's make it a story worth telling, a journey worth taking, and a life worth living